A friend of mine gave me these awesome cast iron pans. They were all dirty and rusty. Today, I'm gonna show you how to clean the rust out of them and get them all ready to cook in. Let's go. I'm Becky. I used to live in the consumer rat race just like you. But one day, I had enough, so I sold it all, moved to the country, and built my own log cabin with my own two hands. Now, I spend my time discovering new ways to live a simple, healthy lifestyle with more free time and way less stress. Then, sharing what I've learned with you. Welcome to Becky's Homestead. This is an interesting pot, isn't that? It has the ripples like you would cook bacon on this side, and instead of your eggs swimming in the grease, you could just spoon over a little tablespoon of the bacon grease and cook your eggs on this side. Another thing I was thinking about would be great for this is you could cook sausage on this side, and then you have your chopped up onions and your chopped up peppers and tomatoes on this side cooking. I think this would be good for camping. I love sister pots, and the reason is when the lid fits two different pots, it's awesome because then you're minus one lid. And it's already, you gotta store all your stuff somewhere. So to have one lid that fits two pots is a really good thing. And I look for that, and if I find that, I love that. I'm happy. Another thing is these are great for campfire cooking as well, which I'm gonna use all these for campfire cooking, are these long handles. Because you can push it in there and be over the fire, and then you can pull it out without burning yourself because it has the wooden handles, which I just love that. These also come with these big circles so you can hang these. I like that when they come with those. Now this one, what I would make on this one when I'm camping is I would either make pancakes or I would make tortillas. So if I had the sausage and the peppers and onions and all that cooking in this, I would warm up a tortilla and then just make like a little taquito thing with the meat and the vegetables here. Very simple, and it's really good when you're camping. And then this big pot, I'm gonna make stew. Just have carrots, potatoes, onions, all that stuff travels very well when you're camping. And in this little pot right here, you could do a lot of things with that because I like to think of what I would cook in the pots, and if I don't cook that, I usually get rid of them. But this little pot here, you could also do some rice, a little bit of rice and sausage, and just make a little bit. Because when you're camping, you don't really want leftovers because it'll just spoil. So you want to be able to eat it. So that would work for that. A little bit of rice in the bottom, little sausage slices on top. Put the lid on, put it on there, cook up perfect on a campfire. These are super rusty, so I'm going to show you what I do to get the rust off, and I'm going to bring them over to the sink and show you. Start out with really, really hot water, and then I put a lot of soap in there, and you need a good scrubby. And then sometimes if it's like this and it's kind of old, I'll fill it up with the hot water. And you don't have to like boil it on the stove with hot water. You can just let it sit for a minute, and then that's enough to do the trick. That's what I notice. While the pot is soaking a little bit in the hot water, I'm gonna scrub the little handle and see how clean I can get that. And look, it's looking really yellow and nice. This is a cute little pot because it's not too big, but it's deep. And then my little fire pot I made out there, this will cook on it really nice. You don't need a huge campfire, this size to cook a little pot like that. You just need a little tiny fire, which I love that. All right, so now I'm gonna give the inside a good scrub. I love the way the lid fits on here. There's a little lip so it goes in the pot. The lid, that's how the lid fits on there. I just like a lid that fits on like that. Another reason I like a lid when I'm camping is so no bugs get in there. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I'll just use this old pot camping, and it won't have a lid, and then you're camping and you're just like, oh, that's a mistake because you'll stir it and walk away, and then you'll be flies and everything in there, which is a total turn off to me. I scrub the outside, I scrub the inside, scrub the bottom a little bit. Of course, this is all gonna get very dirty on the campfire cooking. But you know, you wanna clean it up a little bit. Looks to be in very good shape. It's a heavy, heavy little pot. It's super heavy, which means once you heat this up on the campfire, it'll cook easy and long and really good. Okay, so I'm going to do the same exact procedure with all 4 pots and the lid. So I'll meet you back here after I'm done. Okay, so what I do to oil it, it's super, super simple. Just the way I love to do things. I just get a Pam oil, and you want to be light on the spray. It's surprising, you don't need much. So you're just going to do a quick little, and I'll show you, that doesn't look like I covered it, but I'll show you in a second. So I do that to all of them. Just get a little bit in there, and a little pot. I don't do the outside, and I'll show you why. Then I get a paper towel, because you only need a thin, thin coat of oil. So then I get a paper towel, and I just, you know, rub the oil around the pot. Mostly on the cooking surface is what I do. And then I will do the edges. And the bottom always looks the same, as you can see. The bottom kind of always looks rusty. So whatever little tiny extra oil is on the paper towel just gets on the bottom. So there you go. Nothing cooks as good as cast iron though. It cooks awesome. Once you start cooking with it, if you know how, you turn the stove on medium. You never cook above medium with cast iron. You leave it on the stove. Once the handle's hot, then you put your oil in there and your food, not before. And then if anything, you'll have to turn it down, not up. Okay, so I did the same thing on that one. So I'm just gonna literally just rub it around in there. Thin, thin coat of oil. And then if there's a little extra oil in there, you know, in a few days, I'll be like, oh, it looks like there's a little puddle of oil or whatever. I just get a paper towel or whatever, and I just wipe it out of there. Okay, so you can see, just nice and shiny. And then I stack them up. Some people don't stack theirs up. They don't like to, but I have to. I don't have tons of room to store because my cabinet is so little. Okay, this cute, cute, cute little pot right here, I cannot wait to make stew in this. I'm gonna make potatoes, carrots, onions, garlic, you know, just whatever, just simple basic. Then I'm gonna have the stew meat in there. I'm gonna use some organic chicken stock, fill the little pot up with that, let all that just simmer in there and cook over the campfire. And then when it's done, now I just do this when I'm camping, get some Bisquick. They make little tiny packs of Bisquick, just like single serving. And I'll mix that up and put it on top as little dumplings. And it would turn out so fantastic as a camp meal. I'll have people drooling over my little pot of stew. I'll be like, I have to really like you in order to share because there's not gonna be too much. Okay, so what I was just figuring out with this right here, once I have the meat, the pork on this side or the sausage cut up, and I have the onions, peppers, tomatoes, and garlic on this side all cooked up, on the little campfire, what you can do next is when it's almost ready, you put this on top and let this warm up, and then you can be warming up your tortillas at the same time your food is still cooking, and everything will be ready at the same time, and it'll just be perfect, and you don't need a lot of room. Just a little tiny campfire, little tiny cook fire. Okay, it's that simple. That's what I do, and then that's how it came out. It's not perfect in there because when you get an old pot and it is rusty, you have little divots in there and stuff because the rust has eaten the metal out a little bit. Who cares? It doesn't matter. If you love the pot, it still works perfect. And just go ahead and clean it up and use it. Just start using it. It'll get better and better with time. Please click the like button. It really does help me so much. And also a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. You really help this to be possible for me to shoot videos. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Thanks for watching. Happy homesteading. Bye-bye.